in hindsight.
You forget.
But people were just kind of like, oh, okay, cool. But they obviously didn't understand how profound it would be.
Nope. I just noticed you guys were just mentioning something about something that Apple just announced. And it's not a positive announcement, really. But
Well, it shows you what's happening, shows you the trends, because Apple would continue to sell iPod if it was profitable. But they decided they are no longer selling their last iPod. So a dedicated music player from Apple, I guess, is no more. And presumably that's an indicator of the changes to the market. People aren't really interested in buying, at least in the low end, a consumer-oriented dedicated music player. They have phones and things like that now, computers, tablets.
Well, I mean, as you said, they still make those?
I didn't even know. Yeah, when you told me, I'm like,
I mean, they're down to one model.
Who would you know that's going to buy one?
What was the last model?
Touch.
So that's what they discontinued.
Yeah.
So now they have none.
Right.
Yeah. So that is the end of the.
Well, especially now, it seems like I don't really know anyone that buys iPod Touches. There was for a while they would buy it to mitigate the need for a cellular data plan, but now really the key seems to be you could just buy an off-contract used iPhone for $50 on Facebook Marketplace.
Well, a lot of people have them laying around if they upgrade.
Yeah, that
and
too,
trade
right?
in the
So
old one.
if you're getting to your kid or whatever, it's a cheap
Other
option.
than
Buy a
battery
used
issues,
phone.
which I don't know. What does it cost to replace a battery in one of those old iPhones? If you go like to the mall,
$30,
and have,
$50, $80.
so it's not crazy.
age,
I know it's more if you go to Apple. Because
It's about $50, I think.
What I was getting at with the battery thing is that, for a reasonable amount, you could get these things up to snuff in the older piece, because usually it's the battery that takes a crap couple
A lot
years
of times
out.
the hardware will last you 5, 6, 7, 8 years before you start to run the serious issues. Unless you got one of those Bengate models and the logic board
But
bends.
old
and components
iPhones are
fail.
great, though. I mean, I use one at home in the room because it's got all my stuff in it, right? It tracks my emails and stuff. It's got everything there. It's just the cell phone operation no longer works, and you just got to keep it plugged in most of the time because the battery is like, eh.
Yeah. In my drawer, I just saw I had an old iPod, the little clippy kind with the screen. I think it was like the third gen
shuffle?
Nano.
Just had a little circle on it for a touch
no, it was
thing,
after
or?
that. It had a touch screen. I think
Oh,
it was
there
like
was a
the
screen?
Nano went small. I don't know.
Oh, that was the better one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because my first one, there was a recall on it, and then they gave me a new one. There was a newer in any case.
Yeah.
I realized I literally can't use it. I'm like, I wanted to charge it on and see what
Really?
songs are on it.
It won't even come on?
No, well, I don't know, because here's the problem.
Yeah.
30-pin connector. I don't even have one anymore. So I'm like,
It's that big connector?
Yeah.
The big
I
flat
got
one.
one at home, but I still need it because I still have a original gen iPad that uses it. It still works. I keep charged up. In fact, that original iPad, I think it was Gen 1, it'll sit there
you
on
had it
standby
first,
for like a month. The new ones
still,
don't even
I know.
last that long.
They don't.
It blows my mind.
I don't
Whatever
understand
the
that.
battery isn't at is like, it's like, wow. Like,
Well, that was a significant design thing. I remember when Steve announced that on stage, they were talking how it lasted like a month or something like that. And that was a thing. You just like huck it somewhere, you leave it on, and you come to it a week, 2 weeks later, and the battery's down a couple percent.
It's got a hell of a standby mode, I'll tell you.
And that's nice because my iPad now, I got the 3rd generation Pro, and the battery's dead in like 3 to 5 days.
Yeah.
If you leave it sitting.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine goes down a few percent. I got the newest one, M1.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I think
So
maybe it's because I
better.
have it on
Few
that like
percent
home kit pod thing. What do they call that? HomeKit Hub or something like that. I have that as that, which I guess I could turn it off now because I got the Apple TV that does that
It's
too.
a few percent a day or so, the new ones?
No, after like, if not using it for like a
Mine's
week,
pretty severe.
Only a few percent?
something like 4 or 5.
Oh, so the new ones are significantly better.
Maybe, I don't know. Mine's
Yeah.
always dead.
Yeah.
So I don't really use it anymore.
Because I know that's the problem with keeping the older ones. Like the Gen 1 was great. My Gen 2 is a smaller one, and it dies all the time. It's like I keep it in a bathroom or something.
But you can see, because of issues like this, I'm guessing a lot of people, since they have phones anyways, they're probably switching over to using their phone because as phones improve, get better, and you always have it with you, you always ensure it's charged, and they get longer run times and whatnot, it just makes sense. And especially with the significant move towards streaming music. iPod is just archaic almost to some extent.
Well, and there's another thing. A lot of wireless headphones now. So
Yeah,
an
they
iPod
wouldn't
won't
work
even
with
work.
that.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
So-
right.
Well, I guess the Touch would.
Yeah, true.
But
It is cool, though. Like, I want to, when the hell it was, end of last year or something, I found the old hard drive based iPod that I had. I don't know if it was the first one.
I think you had a
second one.
4th generation or 5th generation
Yeah.
video one.
Yeah, of course it wouldn't turn on, but then I plugged it in and let it sit for a little bit, and it turned on, and you put it in your ear, you could hear that. Well, from here you could probably hear the hard drive
Scratchy hard
spooling up.
drive.
No, it sounds like it's working, but like when you tip it a little bit, you can feel almost the motion that like the drive's trying to, like what you call it's trying to keep you from
Gyroscopic.
gyroscope. Yeah. So it's like wow, it's amazing those things held up. Considering it had a hard drive, mechanical hard drive.
They're still working most of the part.
They did fail though back then.
I mean, talk about some good engineering in that. It must have cost some money to make those. Really. I mean, think about it. Just the hardware involved to miniaturize everything, right?
Well, allegedly, the first generations to use those mechanical hard drives kind of sort of were the only thing using that hard drive. Right, that hard drive was pretty much mostly only shipping it in any real quantity in iPod.
And then it went to laptops, and after that, you think?
They actually put that same hard drive in the first generation MacBook Air.
Yeah.
It was so slow.
Yeah.
It was kind of unreliable.
Yeah, that would be bad.
So slow. It was fine for an iPod. You
Right.
could still see it loading in an iPod.
1.8 inch, I think.
1.8 inch, yeah.
Because the normal laptop drives are 2.5.
It was really thin, like 4.7 millimeters or something like that.
Yeah.
It was
they
very,
looked
very slow.
so delicate by themselves.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then came solid state.
Yeah, not that long
To
after
save
they
us
went
all.
all solid state.
Solved the whole problem.
Yep.
Everything could get real small then.
Yeah. Still a little expensive,
Yeah, right.
but
Yeah, it's getting better.
yeah, it's a lot better now.
Well, but I remember back then you had like 64 gig MacBooks and stuff. It's like,
But I mean, I think Apple should do a proper ceremony on this. I think they're missing the boat. If they're gonna, say, okay, that's it, that we're no longer making an iPod, which was really the thing that started who they are today.
It's a big deal.
You think about that. And I mean, even from not only their circles, but from everybody that it affected, including our industry, the audio industry, the headphone community, none of this stuff would be where it was if it wasn't for the fact that people could actually carry their audio in a digital format around so easily, and it was just so easy. The interfaces were there to get the music, like Apple Music, where it was easy to just slide music to your computer or whatever, put it into this device. I mean, the interface is big, huge. Think about how many things we've bought over the years that were a pain in the ass to use to a point we didn't use it anymore.
Unfortunately, there's a ton. You don't use
Totally.
it because it's hard to use.
well, and now we've you don't even sync your phone like to a computer anymore, right? When was the
Yeah,
last time
really.
you plugged
You wouldn't
it
even
in?
plug it
Right?
in.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
Never need to.
yeah.
Power and that's it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've never plugged my current phone in
Yeah.
to anything, ever.
Yeah.
Because I did the wireless transfer when I got
And
it.
you could see how that'd be a issue for iPod. I guess we have a maybe slightly unusual perspective to some extent, because when we were around, when we were younger, we were just growing into the iPod phase. We were around before iPod was a thing. And now we're seeing it extinguish effectively. And it's obvious in hindsight why what happened ended up being the path. But I don't know why anyone would really recommend an iPod to anyone at this point. There's better solutions that are either more affordable or more usability, more functionality. So I get it, but it's a little bit unfortunate to some extent. It's an end of an era because iPod is sort of what sparked everything we have now, music and stuff like that.
Well, as soon as the iPhone came out,
Yeah.
that was the beginning and the end of
Oh,
that.
100%.
Nobody knew at the time.
That was just an app.
Took
Really?
10
You know?
years, but
It took
Yeah.
a while, but then everybody
Oh, yeah.
figured it out.
Yeah, it's like,
And then there's no looking back.
yeah. What did Steve say? It's an iPod.
And, well,
he said
It's
it
a
over
phone.
like
It's a
3 times
phone.
because people
It's
did
an
get
internet communication device.
I mean, that was a new concept at the time. You know?
Yeah, and no one got it right.
He had
no
to
one got
repeat it
at all.
because they weren't
It's like
getting it.
nobody's getting this.
Yeah. And it's funny that he knew he had to say it over and over again.
Right.
Must have tried that in a group.
But
of
people still didn't get it. It's obvious. You go back, you watch that 2007 or whatever
yeah.
keynote for the original
Yeah,
iPhone.
no, it's wild.
And people
when you think
didn't
about
really
it.
get it. You watch it, and the phone looked terrible.
Yeah, well,
right.
In hindsight,
You forget.
But people were just kind of like, "Oh, okay, cool," but they obviously didn't understand how profound it would be.
Nope.
Well, actually, as I recall, the one thing that everybody was instantly impressed with
Yeah.
was the
The
unlock.
slide unlock.
And he didn't expect it, though.
They were
You could tell.
losing their
He's like-
minds.
Everybody's like,
Yeah.
oh, my God.
Yeah,
It's like, oh, you like that, huh? That's the most
Because people
basic
didn't get it,
feature.
but multi-touch wasn't in
Yeah.
any consumer products back then. It wasn't really viable.
yeah.
So it didn't have like a finger,
Everything still had buttons.
like thumb rejection or whatever. If you were resting your hand somewhere or
Right.
whatever, you could only do one touch at one point at one time, and it was very hard to have precise touch with
Yeah,
the
resistive,
resistive
yeah.
multi-touches.
well,
Couldn't
all
do
the
slides.
all the pros had a BlackBerry, right? And that was
Yeah.
just a full keyboard or whatever the hell it was.
and they thought that was the future. They
Yeah.
thought that was the only way
Yeah.
forward.
Yeah,
People were
people-
so stubborn for years.
I
to get
never
rid
had
of
one
it.
of those. We never used one of those. Right?
No,
Yeah.
no.
That
didn't.
seems hard to
I
use.
tried
but-
them.
Yeah.
If you were doing emails all day, they were better than the touchscreens at the time.
Yeah.
But after 1 or 2 generations of iPhone, it was pointless.
Yeah, right.
Well, especially when the screen got, because the screens were only 3.5 inches
Yeah.
back then. So the keyboards, if you go use a 3.5 inch iPhone right now, you're like, how did we used to do this? Your thumbs are too big, but they worked. But
Right. If you have big hands,
Yeah.
in general, it's all these things are an issue.
Yeah.
But yeah, now the bigger phones, no
But
problem.
now especially basically the noise reduction and rejection on touchscreens is fantastic. You could have stray objects and dirt and stuff like that on your screen, and it ignores it very
Figures
well.
it out.
Yeah. So it works great. It's better than mechanical buttons.
It looks ahead to see what it thinks you might be spelling. Of course, it screws
Yeah.
that up every
It
once
screws it up a lot. But
lately.
I went to turn it off before because
Yeah.
I was thinking this is frustrating.
Right.
And then
Oh,
you
yeah.
realize, it's doing a lot more than you
Yeah,
think,
yeah,
actually.
I know.
I spell everything wrong.
It's a catch-22
Well,
scenario.
where you really realize it when you go to write stuff physically. I know that's a thing.
Yeah, you
can
don't know how to
do.
write
You're
anything
like,
anymore.
Oh man, you're
can't
so
spell.
reliant on autocorrect and
Yeah, right.
spelling
Yeah,
check.
how do you
and-
spell that?
Yeah,
It's kind of like when everyone started using calculators in math, no one was on add or subtract anymore.
yeah.
You know?
It's such a crutch.
Yeah, right. But it is what it is.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. Maybe we should throw a party for Apple, but I think something needs to be done here to properly put this to rest. It can't just go away like that easily. Something's got to happen.
This is
I
a
don't
huge deal.
Yeah.
Well, I guess technically they brought it into the world and killed it with the iPhone. Essentially,
It was a very slow death, but yeah.
It needs a proper burial.
Uh,
Yeah, we'll figure that out.
We'll
Someone's
get
gotta
a few
figure it out.
iPods and bury them.
Yeah. Well, it's something like that. I don't know.
Okay.
That doesn't need to go to the dirt. It needs to be recycled or something. I guess.
It's a little less dramatic, but okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Where would you put an iPad to rest? I guess.
Can you plant them and water them when you go into iPads?
Yeah, no, that won't work.
that'd be pretty cool though. Huh?
What could you do?
And they're like newer generations too.
Make like a little tree covered in iPods.
Dip them in mercury, liquid mercury.
Hmm.
Yeah, that would be
Okay.
bad because then what do you do with that?
Right.
Yeah, it seems like a mess.
That's a hot mess. Yeah. I
Mhm.
don't know. I mean, normally people get buried at sea, so they put them in the ocean. But so where would you put this? See, it doesn't come from the earth, really.
Just melt it down into iPod
I know.
goo.
I got it.
Oh yeah.
It needs to go on one of Elon's rockets.
Space.
Shoot it into space.
Yes.
That'd be the coolest thing. First gen hard drive iPod flying in
Oh,
space.
just like orbiting Earth.
I don't think Elon's going to do
Headed
that.
toward Alpha Centauri. And when by the time we can get there, it'll be there too.
No.
Yeah.
It's gonna take a while.
Yeah. I think we better end this here because it's getting out of as usual. It's going the wrong way.
Mm.
Everyone, moment of silence. Say goodbye to the iPod, Apple iPod. Thanks everybody for watching. Take care.